Hello YouTube, and specifically drummers and musicians that subscribe to my channel. I just wanted to come on here and pay tribute to my big sister who passed away yesterday at the age of 68. Hopefully I can get through this. I just wanted to share a few things about her and her short time on this earth. She was 68, which I think is young. But when I was little, I can remember going in her room, and I was about 4 or 5 at the time, maybe even younger, and there was music playing. She had a record player. She was playing those little records, 45s, and I asked her who the band was, and she said, "It's the Beatles." And the song was "Hello, Goodbye." I've never forgotten that. She was the one that introduced me to the Beatles, which launched my love of the Beatles for my entire life. Fast forward to when I was about 14 or 15, I was playing a bar gig. And people are going to say, "Hey, what were you doing in a bar at 14 or 15? I can't remember. But I had this gig, and I think it was my first gig, actually, my first real gig, paid gig. And Brenda was there. My other sister, I think 2 of my other sisters were there too, but specifically I remember Brenda because the owner came in and realized, what are these kids doing in this bar performing? And he told us to pack our gear up and leave. And I can remember my sister, all my sisters, but specifically Brenda, standing up and saying, let them play. They're not drinking. They're entertaining the crowd. Just let them play. And unfortunately, it didn't work. We ended up getting kicked out for being underage anyways, but I can remember Brenda doing that. And that's the kind of person that she was. She stood up for people. Sadly, she passed away yesterday. She had a bit of a rough life. She wasn't a very healthy person, unfortunately. I hadn't seen her for quite some time, but I was in contact with her. I talked to her on the phone occasionally, and I would see her posting and respond to her posts often on Facebook. We lived a few hours apart. If there's one thing that I learned about this is that people take other people for granted. And when they're gone, that's when we start thinking about them. And we wish that we spent more time with them. Do it while you're alive. Do it while you're alive, while they're alive. Put your differences aside. Spend time with your family because you're going to regret it. I have to admit, I do have some regrets that I didn't see my sister as often as I should have. Partially because she was sick. She had this weird illness that caused her organs to freeze up and turn to cement, which eventually caught up with her, and it's a very slow moving disease. I think the guitar player Mick Mars from Motley Crue has a similar disease, not the exact disease, but similar, where your body freezes up on you over time. But she didn't want anyone to come and see her because she didn't look great. She didn't feel great. I understand, but I wish I had gone and spent more time with her. So, like I said, if there's one thing that I learned in this situation, spend time with the ones that you care for. Put your differences aside and spend time together, because we don't get a lot of time here. She didn't get a lot of time. 68's too young. I'm sorry if I'm emotional. I tried to get through this video without being emotional. I didn't. Maybe it's too early to do this video. I don't know. I just felt that I had to do it. So, Brenda, thanks very much for introducing me to the Beatles, and thanks for being my sister. Rest in peace, Brenda. See ya.